Hey guys, Ripley Gamer here with another new build for you guys, and this one is a little bit different today. So as you can see, there was a foundation already set down. I'm doing the Simlicy build challenge that she put on her channel for her 100k subscriber milestone. So for this, we had a foundation, a toilet, a wall, and a table, as you can see. None of these things can be altered, but we can build around them. But the wall has to stay where it is, the toilet has to stay where it is, and the table has to stay where it is. And the winners, I think, get a copy of Get Famous and Strangeville, which I had both of those, so I'm not expecting to get those again. So I was actually decided that I was going to record my own build of this challenge to put on YouTube for you guys to see and for Simlicy to see. So this was what I was doing. This ended up being a really nice autumnal family house, and it was a really good foundation shape to work with. So as you can see, I got the porch set up already, so I'm working on just doing the front porch using the Strangeville like doors and stuff because I like those, and then just building over, accidentally making an extra wall there, and then just filling out all around to do a nice full foundation. I did build in one of the bathrooms already, and then just using this nice red brick for the foundation and the walls of the house. Not that one, but it's like that one. That one looks really good. And I put it next to my pumpkin patch I built, which you can see in certain parts of it as a pumpkin patch community lot that I built by myself. I was really proud of that. And I put these really cool Strangeville windows in. I really wanted these windows to be used because I thought they were so good. And they just sort of worked with the theme of the house. This really nice autumnal red and like white, browns and blacks and oranges. There was like the specific colour scheme I wanted to go with. And I was thinking about maybe adding, like, extending on the wall, like building onto it, but then I decided not to. In the end, the wall just stays where it is, and it kind of works where it is. So I had this idea. I do have an idea here with the kitchen, because that's going to be the kitchen, and I wanted to have like a back door going to the outside with stairs going down, but because I couldn't add on to the lot, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I ended up, like, while I'm building and painting, I sort of end up like making the kitchen kind of an odd shape. But it kind of works in the end because I wanted to keep the hexagonal, the octagonal actually shape of the room there. But I didn't want it, and I wanted that to be more for the upstairs, so didn't have to move it in there. But I still wanted like the roof to work. So here I am putting in this really nice vampire kitchen set. I really liked this set, and I thought it was really cool using the like sort of the old-fashioned like oven and fridge, and then putting these top cabinets in. The cabinets I had a little bit of trouble with. I was trying to make them like fit, trying to figure out how they would work and where they'd go, and then of course putting BB moved objects on, but that just didn't look right, so I think I ended up getting rid of that one, just using the smaller ones. And as you can see, it starts to come together very slowly. I do like this wallpaper I found for the kitchen. I thought this is really good. This was kind of very traditional family home, but kind of eccentric, so it's designed for like a parent. I think it's a parent, and I think they have 3 kids. I give them like 3 kids, like a teenage boy, a teenage girl, and like a younger kid who's like maybe a child still. And here's where I start trying to fix like the back bit, so I can put like stairs going down is what I wanted to do. So I'm sort of moving everything in, putting it in like this, and you can kind of see what I was trying to do. And it kind of works out, and I think I move it in a little bit more because it just wasn't looking right. And then of course I found the Strangeville rails there. So here I am trying to get it right, and then like sort of like move this in. It looks a bit flatter and a little bit weird, but the shape kind of worked for it, and it allows me to get this small little space for the door and the stairs down, so it leads into a back garden. So here I am just sort of trying to fix it up, put the windows around so that could work. I do like these Strangeville like long windows. I thought they worked quite well for it, and of course putting on that cool little nice wallpaper I found. I like that one. It looks, I can't remember which one it's from. And then putting in some little details just to make it look a little bit better, a little more family friendly kitchen. Of course I'm using the Lunar New Year table. I love that they've added this round table. I want more round tables to be added into this game because there's something really nice about it than like for like a kitchen, and then you got like the big rectangular ones for dining rooms. So I was trying to put that rug down. I thought that was pretty cool to do. And then I'm using like the decal and all the decorations, and I'm not using CC. There is a rule that you can't use CC for this build, so I'm not using CC. I'm using try to move everything so it all fits nicely, but I've still got space to like decorate and also have space to prepare food on there. So I'm going through cool kitchen stuff. There was some stuff that I thought would be really cool, using the knife set, the cutlery set above the oven, and putting in these little salt and pepper things in the corner as well. I do put this little spice thing from Cool Kitchen up there as well on the walls. Yeah, here we go. I was putting it over here, just trying to arrange it so it looks a little bit good. And you got like that little spice rack, and then putting this nice little board here, so it's like a nice family kitchen, and putting the calendar in because you've got calendars so people can see what the date is. And I love these calendars, and I thought the autumn shade looked really good for the house because this was designed to be sort of Halloweeny autumn house. It does have a very Halloween theme, despite the fact that it's spring, almost like going to be turning into summer. It's the beginning of spring, and I just thought autumn and Halloween worked well for it. That's my favorite season, autumn, so I was just like, I want to work with the autumnal theme. And I do put in fireplaces. I don't put in a lot of fireplaces, but I was really happy to put in a fireplace. I use I think that one there that I just picked up. I did want to use the cats and dogs one, but I thought this one looked a bit better. And there's something I do. I put like a stone hearth down, and then like stone along the walls, as that would be how like, so you get scorch damage if the fireplace actually caught fire. And I thought that looked pretty cool. And I did the same thing upstairs in the parent bedroom, I think it was. And I put these really cool like portraits down. I was looking for the perfect portrait. I think I used the vampires one, which you can see me looking for it and trying to find it. And there it is. And I just sized it down so it fits a little bit more. But we have like the family there instead. And it looks really, really nice. I loved using the colour scheme for this because I was doing very specific colour schemes. I wanted a lot of oranges, a lot of like reds and browns and blacks and yellows. And I thought this would be like a really nice sort of colour scheme for this. Like, it's sort of like a living area. It's not really a living area. It's kind of like a den, I guess, or a parlour that leads into the kitchen from the hallway. And I quite like the way, I love that we got these like chairs you could put up against the windows. I thought putting them up against the windows looked really cool. And just putting in a lot of little decorations and trying to find like the perfect little decals. You can see me looking, I think, I'm not sure what I was looking for. I think it was like a clutter, a specific piece of colour. There it was, yeah, like a corner piece with some decorations on it, and using these cool little cats and dogs portraits. I love these. With the farm, I thought the farm picture looked good because it's right next to the pumpkin patch, which is designed to look like an old farm that belonged to a guy named Jack, funnily enough. And then doing this really cool little like sort of desk area here. You got a laptop, and you got a bookcase, and it's a little study area, a little work area for the parents, or study area for the teenager. So you've got a little like area, and I love those tomes from the writer's career, and more spice racks, because I thought lots of spice racks, and I thought these look pretty good. Maybe for like a writer parent who writes books, or they do like lots of research, and they've got these like really dusty old tomes that they love to bring out time and again to look through while they're writing. And I thought this looked really nice, and I had to put it in, I think, sunset or sunrise, because the shade, like the lighting shade, just looks really nice on like the whole area. And then using these really nice little portraits here. I was using a lot of older ones that'd be like kind of, I guess, turn of the century is the word you'd be looking for. And I thought about I wanted the stairs to be here, like double stairs going up behind the wall. That's why I wanted the wall to be like focused on. And I love this vampire like wooden paneling from the vampire pack. I never used it, but I loved how well it fitted into this room. And then we got like a small little bathroom here. It was like a 3x2, but then it's a 2x2. It's a nice small downstairs bathroom. We kind of have those a lot back at home. We have like a downstairs toilet near the front door, and then you got like the main bathroom upstairs. And I thought this looks quite nice, using a nice blue colours and greys to sort of fix it. And then also I'm using curtains in this one because I don't use curtains. For some reason I don't think that curtains are like needed in houses when I'm doing them, because it's just like extra decoration that costs more money kind of thing. But I was using I used that My First Pet stuff blinds, which I thought actually worked quite well. And then I was trying to think for these ones, but I think I left them. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I think I left those two mirrors. I think I left some of them downstairs, some of the windows open, because I couldn't think of like curtains to use for them. And then I was trying to make like a kind of, I'm not sure what I was trying to make there. I think it was like trying to make like a living TV area, or like kind of rec room, which had like the TV, a dartboard, and like just little things. So you had a little bit more like things to do, and also to fill out the space. That was kind of the other thing I was trying to do, fill out the space here. So I thought about putting the TV over here and just having like really nice little place to sit down, and then like they can sit down, they can watch TV, they can also play darts if they want to. You know, kind of a little... Maybe this is more the den than the other one. The other's like a living area that leads into the kitchen. This is a little more the den, I think works. And of course using that little boneyard fish thing, I thought that was pretty cool. And having the box decorations in here, because they need to be put somewhere, and I figured downstairs where they can be accessed easily is a bit better than having to make an attic room. And I got the chessboard in here as well. This would be good for the logic. I thought that works pretty well. And putting in these nice... more portraits. I love the portraits. I feel like they work quite well, and using them a lot more is something I need to do because my walls always end up looking so empty. But I'm really hoping that this gets like noticed by Simlicy, because I liked building this and I had a lot of fun building this, and I watched a lot of her builds and she does some really good ones, and I tried to replicate her conspiracy trailer but put my own kind of spin on it by making it more associated with a criminal than a conspiracy theorist. But for some reason, I did the exact same things to make the trailer, like building the foundation and stuff, but it just didn't work. Like, nobody walked into it for some reason. They couldn't, like, get inside it unless it was, like, a specific height. And so I'm not sure what I did wrong, so I have, like, deleted it and had to start again on it because I'm just not sure what was going on with that one. And also putting, like... I need to put some space in it because there's quite a bit of space, so I needed things to go. And I haven't moved this table, as you can see, so I thought I'd put the... I put like the letters on it, put another like decoration next to it, put some more decorations out here, and you know, plants and stuff, because plants make anything filled out nicely. Plants do fill out rooms quite nicely, and lots of more older portraits to go for. Vampire Sims I think had some good ones. I thought about maybe putting these degrees and business things here, but that didn't actually work, and then I found the tapestry from Vampire Pack, and that looks so much better. Personally, and the colour scheme worked really well. And then we start working on the upper floor. And the upper floor I had quite a lot of fun with, so I made the bathroom, and I made the 3 bedrooms. Was it 4 bedrooms I think I made? No, I think it's 4 bedrooms I made, because I had the parents' bedrooms, the 2 teenagers' bedrooms, and the kids' bedroom. Did I get rid of the kids' bedroom? I can't actually remember. It's been a while since I played this. I haven't put it on the gallery yet, but once this video has gone up, it will be on the gallery, and there'll be a link hopefully in the description that will lead to this YouTube video. So if you're coming from the build and watching this, hi guys, I hope you like the lot and the way it's been done. And trying to make the porch here, I had a bit of trouble with the porch because I was just like, do I make an extra room or do I just put the like roof on? I forgot that you just put a roof on, and that looks pretty good. And I'm working with I'm getting better with roofs. Thanks to my boyfriend's help, I'm getting better with making roofs, because I like making roofs, and I thought I'd make the roof now. So I'm using the octagonal one. That actually worked quite well. It fit on quite nicely, and then I had to kind of figure out how to put some of these edges on. And I was having a bit of trouble trying to think like how it would be done. So I'm like putting on, like this one like worked quite well. Just putting that there was quite easy enough. Putting the octagon there, that fit in quite nicely. And then having to put, I had like all these little extra edges sticking out. But I'm getting better at doing roofs, and I ended up being really happy with how this roof turned out in the end. I think I deleted it and did like, I think I did gabled instead, like fully gabled and not half gabled. I can't remember. But I had a little bit more fun trying to work with this, yeah, because I realised the problem I'm having here, and I think I delete the main roof and start again. But I keep what I've got so far. Oh no, I think I just used that one there. As you can see, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better now, and it's really come into itself, which I'm really happy with. And I was so pleased with the way this ended up turning out, because now it looks like a proper little house. It looks like a proper little house with a decent, like not just square brick roof that I end up having trouble with, because a lot of my houses tend to end up being quite just squares, essentially. And the roof kind of reminds me of a place I made, which is on my gallery. It's called Grandma Loretta's Place. It's a house that has like a little backstory about an old woman who used to live in Strangerville. And she grew up there, and the house was like a family home. She had a barn, which her husband used to work in. Well, the barn is locked because it's got secret mystery plot stuff in there. And then worked on this front porch here. I love this front porch. I love putting those little wall lights on. I love that. I think that's great. And then putting just these little saucer lights up just to lighten everything up, so I can just start working on how to fill out the rooms, essentially. And I had to use these again, so I had to make medium-sized walls again. But I think it worked because for that corner room the octagonal room ended up being like the teenage boys' room I started going. And I was trying to like think what chimney worked, because this place doesn't really, there aren't really any more chimneys, and I feel like there needs to be more kind of oldish chimneys that could reflect these kind of houses. But I had to put them where the fireplaces were, because all fireplaces connect to one chimney in this house, which is a pretty easy, like it's a very simple way of trying to get like your to line up your fireplaces. I found it works pretty well, so I'm just trying to work on building the parents' bedroom here. And as you can see, it works quite well here. And then, of course, you've got a small bathroom here. I enjoyed having the bathroom there. And then this ended up being the kids' room here. And then I was trying to make the teenage girls' room here, but I had like this extra like rectangular space. So I think I ended up moving it in. Yeah, I think I moved it in like that, and it actually looks a bit better in this. It just fills out the space nicely. But then of course I apparently got rid of that, and so I put this little like used the My First Pet stuff. So for that, I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. Use this really nice picture above the fireplace. I love doing pictures above the fireplace. It looks really good. And then trying to just get these windows to look right, because if you have like odd numbered walls with like sort of walls sort of separating rooms, it makes the windows really hard to kind of work with. But I made this really nice sort of like orangey and like brown room, and I love the color scheme I made for it. I thought it looked really, really nice. And I do use the same carpeting for all the bedrooms, because that's something I've noticed in my house. Some of the bedrooms all have the exact same carpet, because like they sort of carpet over like most of the main floor. I use that, and I love that rug, because there's like you can see the sort of whole color scheme fitting in now to the house, and it looks really, really good. And I just moved that in, because then I think I moved in, I'm trying to put in there nice brown tones. That worked pretty well. And these season lights, I love those. I don't use them enough, but I feel like I should. I love the candles. They were a nice touch. The candles were a nice touch, and I think I put another, those koi fish. Then just a couple more like little like portraits there, just to fill out the wall space so it doesn't look too barren. And now the room is looking better, because I moved the teenage girl's bedroom in a bit more, so I had that space to put a wardrobe. And now I'm here working on the bathroom. The bathroom is very family friendly, because of the way I set it. I used the same color scheme, the same sort of long blind for the upstairs, and I think I used a nice like blue tones, or did I change it? No, I think I used blue tones for this bathroom. I used this really nice bathroom like shower here, the get parenthood shower, and then a sink with a counter attached so I could put some clutter in. And I love using like non-CC clutter now, because I'm actually finding a lot more uses for it. I have loads of CC clutter, but I can't use it for this build. But then again, I'm not using a lot of CC anyway in my builds for this like particular save I'm working on. A lot of these are all non-CC builds, which I'm pretty happy with. You can also see my hobbit hole that my boyfriend designed next door. He designed that. We actually based it around Build by Baggins, this hobbit hole, but it's a bit smaller, and it's not exactly the same sort of architecture inside. And so I was working on making this teenage girl's bedroom. Like, she's very kind of, maybe a bit down to earth. She has like a little desk so she can write on there. She's got her own personalized laptop so she can like do her studying without interfering and, people interfering or trying to get the computer away from her. And I was like using I love that pencil pot holder, and of course books. I did think about using a makeup tray there, but I think I changed it and just added more books. So she's very studious. It's like she enjoys studying a lot more than say like her brother, for example, in this build. And then I put these little cool little lights over the windows because I thought that was cute. And I put this on the floor, made it so she also loves music, so she's very into like her boy bands and like her singer-songwriters, and put this cool little Parenthood wall decal on that I've never used before. And I love the way the bedroom turned out, because it looks very good for like a studious like schoolgirl. I'd say it's good, a studious teenage girl who knows what she wants to do, and she's just like very typical, like kind of like an average teenage girl. That was kind of the room sort of idea I was going for, and I think it looks pretty good. I love that pink wallpaper. I thought it cemented it quite nicely, and a little ribbon in red. Thought that was pretty cool, and this decal here. And then for I think I went with I could decide which one to go with next. This is like the younger kids' room. also kind of the same, like same carpeting, very orangey browns and red wallpaper because I was kind of going for like, you know, the very autumnal vibes. And this is like just like a very kind of like average kid's bedroom. Like the color scheme of the furniture doesn't really match the walls, but that's okay because it doesn't really need to. And I wanted to use this wall separator here. I thought that was pretty cool. And then you've got like the dresser there, and then just in this corner here you've got like the toy box. I thought that looked pretty nice. It's like it's very small and very basic, but it works really well, and I thought that looked pretty good. And then using these photographs and these like little wall decal stickers and the little summer version of the calendar from Pets, and just putting little things off. I also gave the teenage girl a cool little diary to have, and given the kid a violin, they like music. And then you've got the teenage boys room, where he basically enjoys making this is very music based, this kid. Like I was going for edgy like gothic teenager, but it ended up being like a kid who's super into like music and kind of wants to be like a digital musician and DJ and music producer. So they make like their own music on like the music mix track, and they have a DJ set because they want to be a DJ. Kind of think Calvin Harris is kind of like the vibe I was going for. And also this to make it look like they've soundproofed the room so other people don't get disturbed by the music. That was more why I went for that very dark kind of I think it's like plastic, I think it said, or plaster wallpaper, because it's meant to look like the room has been soundproofed, is what I was going for. And you can kind of see how the place is coming together, and I'm really happy with how it all looks. And then I just sort of finish out with some cool little like plant-based succulents and stuff on the walls to make it look nice and cute is what I was going for, and I think that like fills it out quite nicely. And I think what I like about this is the fact that I use a lot more paintings on the walls because I was going for very specific kind of things. And then on the front, I do forget to add the mailbox and the bins. I do add those in later. Or did I add the bins? No, because I'm working on the back of it now, but I did forget the mailbox. I did forget the mailbox, which was a bit embarrassing when I was recording this. So I wanted to make it very Halloweeny house, so I was getting all the stuff from spooky stuff in seasons. So you got like the little pumpkins, this cool little cauldron with the purple lighting, lots of pumpkins and little gravestones out the front. I thought they were pretty awesome to have. And I liked how this place looks like it's a proper little Halloween house. Like they celebrate Halloween, they love celebrating it because they got the pumpkin patch nearby, so they just buy like a load of pumpkins from there and just put them all around their house. Very typical American style, like, because we don't really celebrate Halloween to that extent in Britain, which is kind of sad. I feel like we should, because it's great. And the outside in the garden, of course, doing little using terrain paint. I love using the terrain paint. I feel like I need to start using it more now. And making a cool little back garden, nice and simple, nice and like, nothing too cluttered. Lots of little plants and swing set. And did I add something else out there? I think it was just the swing set I added. The swing set looks really nice out the back, so the kids can play out there. Oh, and monkey bars, that was also. And Patchy. I forgot to add Patchy. I added Patchy, and Patchy's great. Patchy, the swing set, the monkey bars. And you can see how well the house looks now. And you can see all the photos of the interior and the exterior that I made. And I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this build. And Simlicy, if you are watching, I hope you enjoyed my take on your challenge. I really enjoyed this challenge, and I thought this was a great piece to work with. So I hope you guys all like this. And if you want to check out more of my builds, they're all in my Sims 4 build playlist. And on my gallery, Ripley Gamer is my origin ID. All my builds are on there. You can even find some Sims I've uploaded from there from my cast collections and other ones I've just made and put up there. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye now.